Good morning students, today we will start a new chapter in geography, which is chapter number 9, India, natural vegetation and wildlife. So in this video we will discuss about the different types of natural vegetation in India, the different types of plant life which is there in different parts of the country, right? So see, there are mainly 5 types of natural vegetation in India. There are 5 types of natural vegetation. The first one is the tropical rainforest or evergreen forest, and the next one is tropical deciduous forest or the monsoon forest, and the third one is thorny bushes and scrubs, and the fourth one is mountain vegetation, and the fifth one is mangrove forest or tidal forest. These are the 5 types of forests which are there in our country in different parts. So the first one is the tropical rainforest or the evergreen forest. These types of forests are found in the rainy parts of the country, the parts that receive most of the rainfall in the country, right? The parts of the country that receive much amount of rainfall. Then the next one is main areas, Western Ghats, Windward side, West Coast, Andaman and Nicobar. So where are these types of forests found in India? The main areas in which these types of forests are found are Western Ghats. See in the map which is given on page 171, you can see that the orange line which is there in the southern tip of India shows the tropical rainforest area. This is the area where these types of rainforests are found. So as you can see that the orange belt is in the Western Ghats. This orange colored part of India is in the Western Ghats. It is located in Western Ghats. So tropical rainforests are found in the Western Ghats and West Coast and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Do you know where are Andaman and Nicobar Islands? Andaman and Nicobar Islands in Bay of Bengal. As you can see in the map, they are in the Bay of Bengal. So these types of forests are also found in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Do you know what is windward side? We have discussed in the previous videos that windward side is that side of the mountain which receives rainfall because the moisture laden winds which have clouds are not able to cross the mountains. They are not able to go over the mountains because of the slope of the mountain, because mountains are so high that the winds which have the clouds are not able to cross the mountains. So rainfall starts on this side of the mountain, the side which has the land from which the water is evaporating and forming the clouds. The clouds then try to cross the mountains, but they are not able to cross the mountains. So they come back and rainfall starts in this region only. Rainfall starts in this region from which the clouds have emerged. Right? So this side of the mountain is called the windward side. This side which receives the rainfall because the clouds were not able to cross the mountains, clouds were not able to go over the mountains. This side is called as the windward side. Then the next point is, these type of forests receive more than 200 centimeters of rainfall annually. Annually, these types of forests receive more than 200 centimeters of rainfall. Then these types of forests also have warm and wet climate. The temperature in these types of forests is quite warm, is quite hot, and it is also wet. And there is quite a lot of rainfall in these rainforests, right? Warm and wet means when the climate is warm because of high temperature, and wet means that there is a lot of rainfall happening in these rainforests. Then no particular season for shedding of leaves. As you can see that these types of forests are evergreen forests. That is, the leaves of these forests stay good, they stay green for most parts of the year. They stay green for most parts of the year. The trees do not shed their leaves in a particular month, such as you must have seen that there is autumn season in which some trees shed their leaves, they turn brown and then the leaves fall down on the ground. But tropical rainforest trees stay green for most part of the year. And why is that? Because certain trees in the tropical rainforest or evergreen forest are such that they shed their leaves in particular months. And in that month, some other trees are having fruits and flowers and leaves. But in some other month, these trees which had already shed their leaves are now having leaves, and these trees which had leaves in this month are now shedding their leaves. So one tree is shedding the leaves and the other tree is having the leaves, and in some other month, this tree is having the leaves and this tree is shedding its leaves. So for most parts of the year, some tree or the other is having leaves. That is why these types of forests stay green for most part of the year. Then see the next point. These types of trees are very dense and tall. As you can see, the tropical rainforest reach very great heights in the forest. The trees achieve great heights in the forest. They reach quite a lot of height in the forest, and there they are so dense that the sunlight cannot enter into the forest. The sunlight does not reach the ground because the trees are so dense and they are so tall that the sunlight does not reach the ground. The tropical rainforests are mostly dark because the sunlight cannot reach the ground because of the dense leaves of the trees. Then the important type of trees which are found in tropical rainforests are ebony, rosewood and mahogany. Ebony, rosewood and mahogany. These types of trees are famous because they have a very pleasant smell, and their smell is also used in different types of fragrances, like agarbattis. These types of fragrances are used in agarbattis and body oils and perfumes, right? So some of the important trees which are found in the tropical rainforest are ebony, rosewood and mahogany. Then see, the next one is the tropical deciduous or monsoon rainforest. Tropical deciduous forests are also known as the monsoon forest. These types of forests are most widespread forests in India. You can find these types of forests in most parts of the country. It's not like tropical rainforests which are found in certain areas such as the Western Ghats, West Coast, Andaman and Nicobar. But these types of forests are found in a lot of, such as the Ganga Plains, and the Ganga Plains are there in UP, Bihar and West Bengal. Ganga Plains are in UP, Bihar and West Bengal. And these types of forests are also found in Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha. Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha. So they were there in Ganga Plains, which is in UP, Bihar and West Bengal. Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Odisha as well. And then these types of forests are also found in the Deccan Plateau. Where is the Deccan Plateau? Deccan Plateau is in the central part of India and in the southern part of India. There is the Deccan Plateau, and they are also found in the east side of the Western Ghats. You know where are Western Ghats? And you can see this orange part in the map on page 171 is the Western Ghats. So in the Western Ghats, the east part of the Western Ghats, you know, these are Western Ghats, and what is the eastern part of these Ghats? What is the eastern part? For me, eastern part is this. But since you are opposite to the camera, for you, the eastern part is here. The eastern part is here. The east part of Western Ghats is here. Okay. So this is the part where tropical deciduous forests are found. They are also found in the foothills of Himalayas. You know, the foothills of Himalayas are Shivaliks, and the Shivaliks and the smaller hills which are there at the foothills of Himalayas. These are the areas where tropical deciduous forests are also found. Then, what is the amount of rainfall that this forest receives annually? The rainfall that this area, this tropical deciduous forest receives annually is 100 to 200 centimeter. Then, trees shed leaves for 6 to 8 weeks in summer. You know, in the summer season, the trees which are there in the tropical deciduous forest shed their leaves for about 6 to 8 weeks. For about 6 to 8 weeks, these trees shed their leaves in the summer season. Then, these trees also have widespread branches. You must have seen the trees of mangoes and neems. What have you observed? That the branches of the trees are quite widespread. They are not straight branches, rather they get divided into many branches, right? So these types of trees are the tropical deciduous forests which have very widespread branches. Some of the important examples of these types of trees are teak, sal, peepal, shisham and bamboo. Teak, sal, peepal, shisham and bamboo are some of the important examples of tropical deciduous forests or monsoon forests. The third one is the thorny bushes and scrubs. As the name suggests that these bushes are quite thorny, they have a lot of thorns and they are dry. The branches of the plants are quite dry. And these types of bushes and scrubs are found in desert areas and semi-arid areas. The areas which are semi-arid, it means that they are dry, but sometimes they also receive rainfall, which is very less, so they stay semi-arid, right? They stay semi-dry. They are not completely dry. So thorny bushes are found in semi-arid areas as well as the deserts. And these are the areas which receive very high temperature. Thorny bushes are found in areas which have very high temperature as well as very low rainfall. The rainfall in these areas is also very low, which is about 50 to 75 centimeters. 50 to 75 centimeters. And these forests are open forests. You can see a lot of ground which does not have any plant, which does not have any trees. It means that these forests are open. They are not like the tropical rainforests which are quite dense, and the top layer of the forest is covered with leaves such that the sunlight cannot enter the forest. See the next point, which is leaves turn spine-like to save water. These are the areas which are desert areas and semi-arid areas, so they have very scanty rainfall and the sun rays are falling directly on the ground, and that is why the plants try to save the water so that evaporation does not take place from the leaves, and they do not lose much of water because the water is already scanty in these areas. Water is already in less amount in these areas, as these areas are desert and semi-arid areas. So the leaves of the plants try to save water and they turn spine-like. The shape of the leaves becomes spine-like, like a needle. You know, the surface area of the leaves shrink so that the leaves can save water for the plant. Then see the next point. These plants also have long roots. These plants have long roots so that the roots can reach deep into the ground and they can get water from the underground water levels. Right? These trees or plants also have very long roots so that they can reach deep inside the ground to get water for the plant. Because these areas do not receive much rainfall, so they do not have much water content in the upper layer of the soil. That is why the roots reach deep into the soil so that you can get water for the plant. Then these types of plants are found in the states of Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Deccan Plateau. These thorny bushes and scrubs are found in the states of Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh and Deccan Plateau. And some of the examples of the thorny bushes and scrubs are baboon, kher, kikar and cacti. Some of the important examples of thorny bushes and scrubs are baboon, kher, kikar and cacti. Then let us see the next type of plants which are there in India. Mountain vegetation. These types of plant life is found in the Himalayan region. They are found in the Himalayas, and the type of vegetation is also affected by the altitude. Like if you go up in the mountains, like if you go up in the Himalayas, the different types of trees will be found in different heights of the mountain. Different types of trees will be found in the different levels of heights in the Himalayan region. So height is a very great factor in determining what type of plants and what types of leaves, what types of wood and roots will these types of plants have, because these types of plants adapt to the conditions of the mountain areas. These plants adapt to the conditions of the mountain area. Sometimes there is very low levels of oxygen at the top of the mountain, but as we move down, the oxygen levels increase. So that is why these plants adapt to the content of oxygen in the air. They also adapt to the amount of water which is there on different heights in the Himalayas, as well as the type of soil. The type of soil which is found in different levels, different heights of Himalayan region. They see that some of the important examples of the mountain vegetation are chir, pine and deodar. Some of the important examples of mountain vegetation are chir, pine and deodar. These trees have very spine-like, very needle-like leaves. The fifth type of forest which are found in India, these are the mangrove forests or the tidal forests. Mangrove forests are also known as tidal forests, and these are found in the delta areas where the rivers join a larger water body. They drain into a larger water body such as the sea and the ocean, and the soil in these delta areas are very sticky and clay. The soil which is there in the delta areas is sticky and clay, and it is suitable for these types of forests, for mangrove forests. This type of soil which is sticky and clay is suitable for mangrove forests. And then see that these types of forests are found in the Sundarban Delta. Sundarban Delta is famous for mangrove forests, and these forests have adapted to the saline and fresh water in these delta areas. These areas have river bodies which have both saline waters. What is the meaning of saline water? That means it has a lot of salt in it. The water bodies have salt water in it, and these trees have also adapted to saline and fresh water. They can survive in salt water as well and fresh water as well. So these trees are found in Sundarban Delta and deltas of Ganga tributaries. What are the tributaries of Ganga where these forests are found? The tributaries are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. The tributaries are Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. And the Sundarban Delta is formed because of the two rivers draining into a larger water body, because of the two rivers joining together before draining into the larger water body, and these rivers are river Ganga and river Brahmaputra. These two rivers form the Sundarban Delta. Sundarban Delta is formed by river Ganga and river Brahmaputra. There is a special type of tree which is found in these types of forests. It is known as Sundari tree. And Sundari tree is the tree because of which the delta region is named as Sundarban Delta. Sundarban Delta has got its name from the Sundari tree which are there in these types of forests, in the mangrove forests. And some of the important examples of the trees which are found in the mangrove forest are coconut and palm. Coconut and palm trees are found in the areas which are sandy and salty. The areas which have sandy and salty soil are the areas which have the trees of coconut and palm. During the tidal condition, what is the meaning of tide? Tide is the level of water in the water bodies. When the tide increases, that is the level of water increases in the water body, whether it be a sea, whether it be an ocean, whether it be a river. When the tide increases or when the level of the water in the water bodies increases, what happens that these mangrove forests get immersed in the saline water from the tides. The water which has a lot of salt in it gets filled in these mangrove forests. The water which has a lot of salt in it gets filled in the mangrove forest, and these forests, that when the tidal waves arise, then the tide of the water bodies increase, when the level of the water bodies increase. So that is why these types of forests, which are the mangrove forests, are adapted to the saline water conditions. They can exist even in the very saline water which has a lot of salt in it.